Hi, I'm PabsyLive, and I'm very excited because today is the first day of the spring meetings, and we get to chat with the World Bank Group President, Yong. I'm going to meet him now. Hi, Jim.
Pabsy,
Good
how are
morning.
you?
Let's
Hi.
go to the atrium and check what's happening.
Great.
How are you today?
I'm doing great. It's a busy day.
The spring meetings are officially starting today, and the president of the World Bank has graciously accepted my invitation to chat in the atrium, the heart of the headquarters here in Washington, D.C. All right, Jim, I want to ask you a few questions.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so Facebook, you just launched your Facebook page, and what are you excited about now that people can actually engage with you online?
Well, we just had this online chat, and it was incredible. We had thousands and thousands of people online. They asked questions about all different aspects of the World Bank Group, and I just sat there and typed away and answered them. And so it was a great way to get our message out. And this is really important because a lot of people don't even know what the World Bank is. Some people come up to me and say, "The World Bank, do you guys have an ATM down the road?" And we need to let everyone understand that we're here because we want to end poverty in the world. I mean, this is the first time in the history of humankind that we've been able to end extreme poverty. So we want to get that message out there. Facebook and many other avenues now is going to give us an opportunity to do that frankly didn't exist 15 or 20 years ago.
Right. And speaking of end poverty, we're wearing these pins, and I noticed the colors have changed. It's green. Well, maybe you're from Dartmouth, that's why.
No.
So
this is the wrong color for Dartmouth. So the wrong color green.
So what's this color about, like this green?
Well, the two goals, end poverty and boost shared prosperity, are really important, but also in this year where we're going to have the most important meeting on climate, quite possibly ever. So the Paris meeting in December is so important, and we also know that it would be impossible to end poverty unless we also tackle climate change. So we're signaling that we're taking a very green approach to the end of poverty.
I mean, you talk about climate change a lot, and especially, of course, with your kids, you said, so do they really understand the concept of end poverty? Do they scold you?
Well, I asked my 6-year-old son just the other night. I said, Nico, what does Dad do? He said, fight poverty, right? And I said, well, what's that? And he said, well, it's when people don't have anything. So even my 6-year-old understands it. My 14-year-old now very much understands climate change in the sense that it's incredible how much the teaching of the problem of climate change has entered into the high schools and junior highs, which is great. And because it's precisely his generation and my younger son's generation that are going to have to face the consequences and also take on the battle. So we're trying to lay the foundations so that they are not having to live their whole lives worrying about water and food and all the other things that are going to happen with climate change.
Well, this week is a very busy week for all of us.
Yes.
What is it like to be the president of this big organization? I mean, do you even sleep?
Well, I get a little bit of sleep, but so far we have almost 60 different engagements. Some are meetings, some are events, and so I have a book that's about this thick that helps me to prepare for all the different meetings. But there's just a huge number of different events. It's a fantastic opportunity, though, because so many of the ministers of finance, the heads of the other multilateral development banks, we all gather here, and it's a great moment to talk about really critically important issues.
Well, you mentioned recently that this year is the most important year for development. Why is that?
Well, we're setting the Sustainable Development Goals. That'll happen at the UN General Assembly, but before that, we're going to have a discussion on financing for development. Now, that's really very important for us. The last time we had global goals, they set the goals and they didn't meet to talk about the financing until 2 years later.
Right.
So now we're having the meeting before, and we're trying to set a vision for financing for development that will get us up into the trillions of dollars. We need trillions of dollars to end poverty in the world, and we think we can come up with a very exciting plan to get us there. And then we'll set the Sustainable Development Goals, and then afterwards there's the meeting in Paris where we're going to hope to get some real agreement on approaches to climate change.
Yeah. Those are a lot of meetings, but very important ones.
Very important ones, yeah.
So what do people need to do to end poverty by 2030?
Well, here at the World Bank Group, we just have to do all the things that we already do, better, faster, with better evidence, with global knowledge, bringing insights from one part of the world all the way to the other part of the world. So if there's a really good way, for example, to boost educational quality quickly, we need to take that and take it all over the world. If there's a way, for example, to provide clean water more effectively and more quickly, we've got to bring those kinds of knowledge and take it everywhere else. That's really our primary role. We provide lending, which is really critically important, but then putting the lending together with the knowledge, that's really what makes us special, and global knowledge at that. So if we just do the things we do better, faster, more broadly, and in bigger volume over time, we can play our role. But then the other thing we're trying to do here, we have a concert on the mall.
Yes.
And what we're trying to do is to say that everybody has a role. Every citizen can insist to their leaders that they want to participate in ending extreme poverty. That's the message that we're going to try to send to everybody in the world.
Well, I have one last question.
Sure.
Can we take a selfie?
Sure, of course.
All right, let's do it.
Okay.
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Now I have my selfie, and I'll be here all week, so stay with us.